Madison, I love you more than I can say.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell is going on here?
Just wait.
Get your hands off me.
And I've grown to love Chloe and Jackie as though they were my own. And I think we can build a future together. Let's get married.
The story unravels amidst the vibrant streets of New York City, a bustling metropolis that serves as the backdrop for Madison's pursuit of her dreams. With unwavering determination, she immerses herself in her work, striving to surpass her own ambitions. Seated in her office, she is deep in thought, conjuring up new ideas to excel in her role and successfully navigate her trial period. As Madison is lost in thought, contemplating her next move, her colleague passes by to remind her of a forthcoming meeting. Shortly after, her attention is diverted by a call. Just then, Alec walks in, bearing a bouquet of flowers that seem to radiate their own mesmerizing beauty. Madison is taken aback, her surprise evident in her expression as she lays eyes on him. Yet, she extends a gracious invitation for him to come in, as she tends to her call. She inquires with curiosity as to how she owes such a delightful visit. Alec concedes that his timing may not have been ideal. He extends a bouquet of flowers to Madison, who is struck by their exquisite beauty, and expresses her genuine amazement. Blushing, Madison confesses that she has been overwhelmed with work lately, and just then, she receives another call, demanding her attention to work-related matters. She apologizes to Alec for the interruption, but Alec, resolute in his intentions, proposes taking her out for dinner, informing her that he will pick her up at 7, before making his departure. Later that evening, Madison is dressed elegantly and looks stunning, while Alec, with his charming wit, takes her out for dinner. Alec praises Madison's confidence and wisdom at the office, going on to describe her as a young, talented executive. Madison chuckles and asks him how he was able to observe all of that in just a few minutes. Alec tells her that he was impressed, but not surprised. Feeling a bit shy, Madison asks Alec to share more about himself instead. She mentions that she seems to come across him everywhere, but Alec humorously remarks that his pictures only appear on a few buildings, leading to shared laughter and Madison teasing him about his humility. Alec adds that he has found contentment in his current place in life after his football career ended, feeling more comfortable than ever. He explains that while he may not be playing, he is now commentating on matches. Madison playfully suggests that he might be ranting instead, but Alec defends himself, stating that he speaks the truth instead of concealing it, setting him apart from others. He then asks Madison if she believes he is being dishonest with her, to which she seizes the opportunity and asks him if his fiancée is aware that he is having dinner with her. Alec reveals that he ended things with his fiancée from the moment he laid eyes on Madison, with respect and consideration. He professes that he has been thinking only of Madison since then, that she has helped him understand himself better, that she has captured his heart, and he implores her to give him a chance. Madison's face shifts to a more serious expression, and she remains silent throughout the rest of the dinner, lost in her thoughts. As Alec and Madison stroll towards Madison's car, he musters up the courage to inquire about her thoughts on his proposition. Madison, with a noticeable sense of hesitation, eventually divulges that her heart is presently locked, weighed down by the complexities of her children and her past marriage. Alec, not yet ready to bid the evening farewell, extends an invitation for Madison to accompany him to his abode. However, Madison deems it too late and requests a rain check for another time. With a gentlemanly gesture, Alec opens the car door for her, and she graciously expresses her appreciation before making her way back home. Once Madison returns to her home, she is greeted by the joyful chatter of her children. Their laughter fills the air until she enters the room. Her surprise is palpable as she locks eyes with Jake, who protests that he came to spend time with his kids. Madison, her lips curling into a sly smile, reminds him that it has been 6 long weeks since he last checked up on them, and she inquires about his intentions. Jake, in a desperate attempt to regain what he has lost, expresses regret and a desire to move forward. He hands Madison a piece of paper, a declaration of his commitment to pay the bills and rebuild their fractured family. However, Madison's anger simmers beneath the surface as she recalls how Jake deceived her, claiming love while simultaneously engaging in an affair with his client, with whom he fled to Los Angeles. Madison stands tall, confronting Jake directly. She tells him that she has nothing left to ponder, her heart heavy with betrayal. She longs to throw the paper in his face and kick him out, but she restrains herself for the sake of their children. She goes straight to the door, opens it, and wordlessly prompts him to leave. The following morning at the studio, Alec, resolute and prepared for his broadcast, engages in a discussion with his colleague Marco, seeking common ground between their differing perspectives. Their conversation is interrupted as their director, Frank, enters with a new addition to the team, Veronica, the new vice executive. Alec and Marco warmly welcome her, with Hank standing and extending his hand in a gesture of goodwill for her arrival. Later, Madison seeks solace in the company of her friend Lainey, who inquires about Madison's burgeoning connection with Alec. Madison confides that Alec took her out for dinner and confessed his longing for her. However, she treads cautiously, mindful of the past and wary of repeating the same mistakes she made with Jake and his infidelity. In the midst of their talk, Madison's phone rings, and, as if on cue, she answers Alec's call. Alec, the star of the show that has just achieved success, invites her to accompany him to the network's celebration. Admitting that he couldn't think of anyone else, he insists that Madison join him, despite her hesitations. With encouragement from her friend, Madison finally accepts, and they agree to meet at the studio, where he promises to give her a tour before heading to the party. In the subsequent scene, while Alec adjusts his suit with care, Veronica seeks entry into his dressing room. Alec welcomes her graciously, inquiring if he can be of service. Veronica admires his appearance, praising the colors of his attire and even daring to touch his shoulders, which catches Alec by surprise. He thanks her and asks about her intentions. Veronica congratulates him on his newfound stardom, and leans in revealing that he has captured the hearts of many. Humbly, Alec smiles, deeming it too much praise. With a coy smile, she suggests that they attend the party together, with his undeniable charm and her new executive role, making the perfect couple. However, Alec politely declines, revealing that he already has a date. Veronica apologizes, curious about the seriousness of Alec's relationship, but Alec smoothly changes the subject to Marco, mentioning that he'll be attending the party solo if she would like to accompany him. Next, as Alec takes the stage for a live broadcast of his show with Marco, Madison enters, stunning in a ravishing red dress. She stands at the sidelines, watching Alec as he engages in a heated debate with his colleague. Tension rises, and the atmosphere crackles until the announcement of the show's conclusion. Marco confronts Alec, expressing his discontent with Alec's jokes, but Alec brushes it off, reminding Marco that it's all part of the show. Alec then walks over to Madison, showering her with compliments about her appearance and proudly introducing her to Marco. Marco greets her with a playful remark about them being the beauty and the beast. Later in the evening, as they arrive at the party, Alec gallantly opens the car door for Madison, and they make their way down the red carpet, with cameras capturing their radiant smiles. Soon, journalists swarm Alec, questioning him about his supposed rivalry with Marco, and whether it's real. Alec, to their surprise, reveals that he and Marco are on good terms, and he actually likes him. Just then, Veronica arrives with Marco, and the journalists ask Alec about the beautiful lady next to him. Veronica interrupts, swiftly asking Madison to step aside, positioning herself next to Alec and calling for Marco to pose for pictures. Alec, however, takes Madison's hand and leads her towards the party, pulling himself away from the attention, and into Madison's company, ready to enjoy the evening together. When the night's revelry wanes, after stepping into the car, Alec turns to Madison asking if she, too, found joy in the festivities they shared. Madison, with a hint of overwhelm in her voice, concedes that the party and the food were delightful, yet she found herself daunted by the mass of journalists and their probing questions. She confides that she is unaccustomed to being in the spotlight. Alec, who is genuinely sorry, expresses his apology for any discomfort she experienced. Madison, ever playful, teases Alec by remarking that his new boss appears to be quite taken with him. Alec denies that and fervently declares that he desires only her. Madison listens as Alec reveals that he has been smitten with her since the moment he laid eyes upon her. However, uncertain yet intrigued, she confides in Alec, divulging her doubts. But Alec, emboldened by his affection, reassures her. With a shared longing, they lean in for a kiss, their lips meeting in a fiery embrace. Alec implores the driver to take them to his abode, and they walk into his home, entwined in each other's arms, and end up in bed. Later at night, Madison is roused by the late hour, her sense of duty compelling her to leave. Alec, unwilling to let her go, pleads with her to stay. Madison, torn between her responsibilities and her love for Alec, insists on departing, citing her children and her impending work commitments. Yet Alec pulls her close and captures her lips in another kiss, unwilling to let her slip away. The following day, Alec finds himself at the gym, assisting his friend with exercises. His friend taunts him, teasingly suggesting that the TV has made Alec soft. Alec vehemently protests, stating that he has a long night ahead of him. His friend inquires if Alec is still involved with one of his youthful paramours, but as Alec takes his friend's place to train, he denies such claims, declaring that he is done with immature girls and instead seeks a genuine love story. He confides that he longs for a young, intelligent, and beautiful woman. Alec's friend is taken aback, expressing surprise that he has not seen Alec speak so passionately about a woman since their high school days. Alec admits that he is smitten with Madison, and his friend confirms that he had already fallen for her long ago. The scene shifts to Madison, who is gathered around the lunch table with her 2 children. She confides in them that her relationship with their father has deteriorated, and they have officially broken up due to their inability to coexist. Her children calmly respond that they had already noticed the strain. Madison reassures them that she will always respect and care for their father, and that she wants their happiness above all else. She then reveals that she is seeing Alec, to the surprise of her daughter, Chloe, and her son, Jackie, who realizes that Alec is the renowned retired basketball player. Chloe prompts her mother to define her public image, while Jackie suggests that she become more active on social media, with their help in managing her accounts and interacting with followers. Madison is perplexed but grateful for her children's support, and promises to consider their suggestions. Later that night, Alec finds himself seated at an elegant restaurant, accompanied by Veronica, eagerly awaiting the arrival of DeMarco. Veronica, her voice oozing with seductive allure, confides in Alec that DeMarco will not be joining them, and instead, she desires to spend some private time with him. Alec, though annoyed, but maintaining a stoic face, expresses his belief that it was meant to be a business dinner. Veronica concedes, revealing that the advertisers seek Alec's creative ingenuity for new segments. Alec, bewildered, expresses concerns about the repercussions this may have on their mutual friend DeMarco. However, Veronica dismisses Alec's apprehension, insisting that he need not concern himself with DeMarco, as Alec is the current man of the hour, receiving accolades from all quarters. She urges him to conjure up innovative concepts. The next morning, at the office, Madison engages in a conversation with her colleague Robin about their work, which Robin deems tedious. Madison lets out a soft chuckle, but their boss, Allison, immediately interrupts, her gaze piercing and questioning. Her stern expression conveys her seriousness as she turns to Robin and asks her to step out of the room, silently indicating her intention to have a private conversation with Madison. Allison takes a seat beside Madison, commending her for swiftly adapting and improving her editorial skills. Madison, elated, expresses gratitude, but Allison swiftly tempers her enthusiasm, stating that further refinement is still required, and that she needs to witness more progress before considering Madison for probation. Madison inquires if there is a particular matter she should focus on, and Allison responds by stating that deadlines have been accelerated, and they need 2 manuscripts as soon as possible. Madison's heart swells with determination and resolve as she expresses her profound appreciation to Allison for the opportunity. Allison, with a nod of acknowledgement, urges Madison to rise to the challenge and meet the heightened expectations set before her. With a deep breath and a resolute expression, Madison prepares herself to embark on the task at hand, fueled by the desire to impress her boss and excel in her esteemed role. In the evening, Veronica and DeMarco venture out for a dinner, with DeMarco confessing that he had intended to invite her himself. Veronica, with a discerning air, expresses the significance of acquainting herself with those she works with. DeMarco, his mind brimming with ideas for their upcoming show, eagerly suggests that they join forces to bring their creative visions to life. Veronica, ever the professional, concurs, but not without first inquiring about DeMarco's personal life, seeking to understand him on a deeper level before delving into their work. DeMarco chuckles, a twinkle in his eye, as he reveals his bachelorhood and childless state, his countenance brightening with her query, for he had assumed she held a certain interest in him. Veronica then probes Alec and the woman he was seen with at the party. DeMarco's expression turns grave, stating he cannot speak on Alec's behalf, and assumes Veronica wants to know more about him. Veronica confirms her curiosity, expressing a desire for a comprehensive understanding of the dynamics between Alec, DeMarco, and their rapport. DeMarco continues to divulge details about himself, while also inquiring about Veronica's disposition, to which she avows her unwavering commitment to her job. They engage in work-related conversation and raise a toast to their partnership before parting ways for the night. The following morning, Madison pays a visit to Alec at the studio, her 2 children in tow. They exchange a tender kiss, and Jackie, her eyes bright with excitement, asks Alec if they will be attending the first preseason game. Alec affirms, mentioning their special access to the locker room after the match. Jackie and Chloe express their gratitude, thanking Alec for the opportunity with beaming smiles. Alec urges them to have fun, and Madison remarks affectionately that her children already adore Alec, noting that he doesn't need to bribe them. Alec jests that he is merely pampering them instead, to which Madison playfully retorts that he doesn't need to do so either. Then they embrace each other warmly and join the kids for the game. Later, as the night deepens, Madison and Alec find solace in each other's embrace, their hearts entwined. They recount the highlights of the game and their time together with fondness, Madison expressing her gratitude to Alec for making her children happy, and they share tender kisses, their affection palpable. From that moment on, they become inseparable, reveling in each other's company with unabashed adoration. From ice cream outings to bar visits, and evenings together, sharing moments filled with laughter and sharing glances laden with affection. Madison becomes Alec's constant companion, gracing his events with her presence, a pillar of steadfast support by his side. Following one of the events, and upon returning home, and with a grace befitting a gentleman of his stature, Alec assists Madison in undressing, captivated by her every curve. Their lips meet in a fervent kiss, before succumbing to their love in the embrace of the bed, tenderly expressing their affections.
I found a place to put down my things. I'm settled for good, no longer wandering. These walls know my name, and my history is picture frames filled with memories. I know it's been you. Oh, you've been my home from the start. My home. You've been my home from the start. My home.
The subsequent scene portrays Alec visiting Madison's abode. Chloe greets him warmly, her eyes alight with curiosity. She informs Alec that her mother has yet to return, but Alec reveals to Chloe that he has come to speak with her and her brother, Jackie. Chloe invites him to take a seat, and he does so with a sense of reverence, while Chloe fetches her brother. Alec professes that he has spent much time in the company of Madison, and both Chloe and Jackie concur, remarking that they have not seen her thus happy in many a moon. Alec continues his talk, declaring his love for Madison, and his desire to establish a family with her. He asks Chloe and Jackie if they are amenable to this union. In response, Chloe and Jackie, touched by Alec's eloquence and sincerity, acquiesce with graciousness, assuring him of their wholehearted support. They inquire of Alec if there will be a wedding, and with a gleam of excitement in his eye, Alec confirms that. And with an inquisitive tone, Jackie asks if Alec will be joining their house, but Alec declares that they will instead come to stay with him, with each of them having their own bedroom. But it is the mention of a lavish pool that sparks delight in their hearts. Alec seeks their assistance, to which they agree. In the midst of the studio's bustling ambience, Alec and DeMarco engage in their customary banter. Suddenly, Alec's face changes, and in a moment of courageous vulnerability, he rises from his chair, capturing the attention of all who behold. With bated breath, the viewers watch in awe as Alec, with determination, strides towards Madison, who has been lurking behind the scenes, concealed from view. Alec's voice resonates with emotion as he calls Madison, and with bended knee, he proposes to her, his words infused with ardent passion and devotion. The air is charged with anticipation as the studio becomes a stage for this unexpected romantic spectacle. Backstage, Veronica is filled with fury at this unforeseen turn of events. Her face crimson with rage, she demands to stop the live broadcast. Her assistant, Frank, attempts to dissuade her, cautioning against disrupting the live broadcast, but Veronica's wrath is unrelenting. She repeats her command with unyielding force, and her staff hasten to comply, bringing the broadcast to a halt. Meanwhile, on the stage, Madison, her heart brimming with elation, accepts Alec's proposal with jubilant laughter. Alec places the ring on her finger, sealing their love for all to see. Both Chloe and Jackie join in the merriment, their applause echoing through the studio. Later in the night, Chloe and Jackie, accompanied by her mother, peruse the vastness of the internet, and they discover that news of their mother and Alec's betrothal has gone viral. Madison embraces Chloe tightly, entreating her to be her maid of honor, and Chloe doth immediately agree, pledging her support to her mother's union with Alec. Before the doorbell rings, Madison anticipates the arrival of their father, and Chloe opens the door to greet him, with Jackie by her side, before they leave them in private. Once settled, Jake offers his congratulations to Madison, his words tinged with a hint of melancholy, as he reveals that he has seen the news on social media, a bitter reminder of the chasm that has grown between them. Madison apologizes for not informing him first. But with a wistful gaze, Jake expresses his earnest wishes for her happiness, regretting the missed opportunities he wasted. Madison assures him that Alec will not attempt to replace his role as a father for their kids. Jake, with great tenderness, bestows upon her a gentle kiss upon her forehead, a poignant gesture of love and farewell. Then, he departs. In the ensuing scene, Veronica's face flushed with ire, fixing her accusatory gaze upon Frank, blaming him for sharing the proposal on the airwaves. Frank, however, finds mirth in the situation, his face adorned with a smug grin as he cites the soaring ratings the broadcast had garnered. Veronica's wrath only grew fiercer at Frank's words, forbidding him from making such decisions without her consultation. Frank questions her vexation, to which Veronica declares her dislike for sudden surprises, and admonishes Frank to refrain from such actions in the future. Shortly after, one of the staff members, with the report in hand, enters the room. The report reveals that their social media network has soared to the very pinnacle of popularity because of Alec's proposal to Madison. However, Veronica cuts off Frank's congratulatory face. Next, Allison calls for Madison and urges her to focus on her tasks, instead of being too overwhelmed with the preparations for her impending marriage. She warns Madison for her delay and admonishes her for falling behind. Madison, contrite, offers apologies for her tardiness and assures Allison that all will be prepared by the day's end. Allison, with a grave face, advises Madison not to let personal commitments hinder her duties, and queries if she still holds interest in retaining her employment. Undeterred, Madison, resolute in her determination, reassures Allison that she will complete her tasks on time and will not let anything impede her progress. Later, as the night descends, Alec pays a visit to Madison's abode, where he is received with great warmth and affection. Jackie, Chloe, and Lainey are also present. Madison extends her apologies to Alec for canceling their planned outing, but Alec informs her that she must accompany him to a fundraising event organized by Veronica, which aims to support a bereaved family who has lost 2 children. The couple then engages in an animated and joyous conversation about the upcoming wedding, and the night ends on a buoyant note as Madison pledges her unwavering loyalty to Alec and agrees to attend the event by his side. The following morning, Madison makes her way to Allison's office and informs her that the work has been successfully submitted, requesting her to proofread it over the weekend and deliver it on Monday. However, Allison deems Monday too late and insists on receiving it by Friday. With a mournful face, Madison acquiesces and promises to work on it, her mind swirling with thoughts of Alec and the looming deadline. She then retreats to her office and calls Alec, who is preparing himself for the event. Madison, in a somber tone, informs him that she cannot join him as Allison requires her to finish the work. Alec, incensed, expresses his own need for her presence, but Madison attempts to assuage his anger, explaining the significance of her responsibilities. Nevertheless, Alec, perturbed, cuts the conversation short, leaving Madison bewildered and distressed. Later that evening, at the grandiose event, Chloe, fervent in her passion for photography, captures moments of the event under the guidance of her friend Althea. Veronica takes the stage, delivering a speech on justice and the importance of spreading it across the land. Amidst the gathering, Alec arrives, and Veronica, upon greeting him, inquires about his betrothed, Madison. Alec informs her of Madison's absence, which elicits satisfaction from Veronica, though she conceals it behind a composed face. She then urges Alec to focus on the event, stressing the significance of publicizing their cause and encouraging him to console the grieving mother, to which Alec acquiesces. Suddenly, Veronica attempts to kiss Alec, her desires laid bare, caught by Chloe's lens, who soon leaves. However, Alec, resolute in his loyalty to Madison, rebuffed Veronica's advances, declaring them to be futile. Althea, ever vigilant, captures the scene that Chloe missed. After the event, Alec pays a visit to Madison, who greets him graciously and extends an invitation to enter. She expresses regret for missing the event, explaining that she had a strong desire to attend but was unable to do so. Disappointed, Alec shares with her that the event held great significance for him, and that she had promised to accompany him, yet ultimately did not follow through. Madison, in turn, asserts that her job holds significant importance for her as well, and she cannot simply abandon it. With a heavy sigh, Alec voices his concerns, questioning his place in Madison's life. He feels like an afterthought, overshadowed by her job and her responsibilities as a mother. Madison reveals that she is going through a probationary period at work, and initially, she had counted on Alec's support and encouragement, but now she needs him to continue pushing her forward, rather than blaming her. Alec confesses that he misses Madison, which she reciprocates, promising to make it up to him if he allows her to. They share a moment of laughter. Alec invites her to a remote in DC for the upcoming Friday, suggesting they make the most of the opportunity, and hoping to rekindle their connection. However, Madison's expression changes, as she reveals that she has a crucial board meeting. She will be responsible for the presentation materials and her children over the weekend. Alec's hopes crumble, as he struggles to understand why work always takes precedence in Madison's life. He tries to reassure her that the kids will be fine and they can enjoy some quality time with their father, but Madison remains resolute in her commitment to her job and colleagues. Alec is bothered and disappointed, questioning if he has ever truly had a place in her life, let alone their marriage. Madison asserts that it's just one weekend, and she can't jeopardize her job for it. Madison's words sting as she asks him if he would cancel his job and go with her if the roles were reversed. Before Alec can respond, she cuts him off, already knowing the answer. She urges him to go to DC and keep his job while she fulfills her own work obligations. With that, Madison leaves Alec alone, leaving him lost in a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. In the ensuing scene, Veronica is seen inspecting the reception area when DeMarco joins her. They exchange cordial greetings, and Veronica inquires about Alec and his fiancée. DeMarco responds that Alec has yet to arrive and that he will be attending the party unaccompanied due to some minor tiffs with Madison. Veronica, with a sly smile, confirms that such disagreements may explain Alec's recent air of agitation. Meanwhile, during the meeting, Allison commends the entire team for their diligent efforts and expresses her pride in Madison's intellect and determination, informing her that she has successfully passed her probationary period. Allison then announces that Madison is free for the weekend and encourages her to go out and have some fun. Madison's eyes light up with joy as she expresses her gratitude and appreciation to Allison for her words and assistance. She promptly excuses herself, heading back to her office to gather her belongings. She then swiftly dials Lainey and requests that she take care of her children for the weekend, as she plans to surprise Alec in DC. Lainey, ever supportive, warmly welcomes the idea, and Madison also asks her to check on Chloe, who has been acting strangely lately, her maternal instincts in overdrive. Later, at the hotel, Veronica hands DeMarco the key card and implores him for a favor, explaining that she is running late for a meeting, and her package has yet to arrive. She asks if he can wait for it, and DeMarco graciously agrees to take care of it for her. Veronica instructs him to leave the key and the package in her room, and she quickly departs. Shortly thereafter, Alec arrives and requests his room key, exchanging greetings with DeMarco and making plans to meet up the next day. On the other hand, at Madison's house, Lainey queries Chloe about her well-being, and Chloe confides in her that she witnessed Alec kissing his boss, Veronica, and shows her photographic evidence. Chloe admits that she couldn't bring herself to tell her mother about it. Lainey, with a soothing tone and wise eyes, reassures Chloe, affirming that Madison possesses the acumen to handle such delicate situations. Subsequently, Alec mistakenly enters the room where Veronica is staying, and he apologizes, acknowledging the error. Veronica, a cunning and shrewd woman, in a calculated move to keep him there, explains that there must have been a mix-up. She informs him that she was actually about to call him for a meeting with him and DeMarco regarding the photo shoot for the following day. She invites him to have a drink while she changes into her evening attire and departs. Alec agrees and waits for her. In the midst of it all, Madison enters the hotel, and DeMarco warmly greets her, presenting her with an additional key to Alec's room upon learning of his stay in room 200. Madison, having finished her work early and coming to surprise Alec, takes the key with gratitude and makes her way to the hotel room with eager steps. Upon her arrival, Alec is taken aback but delighted to see her, and they share a kiss. However, their moment is short-lived as Veronica makes a sudden appearance in seductive lingerie, expressing a change of heart and a preference for more intimate moments, only to be surprised by Madison's presence. Her once bright eyes now filled with tears, Madison, incensed, demands to know what Veronica is doing there, to which Veronica claims it is her room. Alec interjects, explaining the mix-up, but Madison, overcome with anger, pushes Alec away and departs as she struggles to make sense of Alec's betrayal. Alec turns to Veronica, questioning her motives, perplexed by her provocative display of lingerie. But she taunts him with her lingerie, asking what he sees in Madison, and urging him to enjoy the moment. She approaches him, tempting him with her advances, but before she can respond, Alec suggests a quid pro quo, questioning the legality of her proposition, leaving her with a crestfallen and humiliated expression. Undeterred, Alec tries to pursue Madison, but Madison ignores him, takes a taxi, and leaves him behind without a backward glance.
There's a song in my heart, there's a fire in my head, smoking out the truth. There's a ghost in the room, a river running through, dividing up the night. Oh, mysterious way, we give and we take, holding it back, all we wanna say, holding out a light, reflecting your eyes. I remember you this way. Starry night, come alive, everything, make it right, illuminate across the sky.
Later, Madison returns home with tear-filled eyes, seeking solace in Lainey's company, confiding her sorrows and questioning if the problem lies with her, pondering why men always seem to betray her. She reveals that she found Alec with his boss in the hotel room and that she is not willing to spend her life with a man she cannot trust. Lainey then shows Madison the pictures taken by Chloe, revealing her daughter's peculiar behavior. As chaos ensues, Chloe and Jackie awaken and join them in the salon, where Madison somberly prepares to share something with them, her heart heavy with grief. Soon after, Alec visits Madison's home, determined to explain himself, but she refuses to let him in, insisting he say his piece and leave. Alec confesses that the mix-up with the keys was a mistake and that he did not expect to find Veronica in the room, professing his love for her, and denying any infidelity. However, Madison, disillusioned and weary of deceit, declares that everything is over between them and that she will not lose her heart to the wrong man again, leaving Alec standing forlornly behind the closed door. The next morning, as Madison sits in her office, Lainey approaches, inviting her to join her for dinner. However, Madison, seething with anger, reveals her intention to return Alec's ring and storms out. Meanwhile, at the studio, Veronica congratulates Alec and DeMarco on their photo shoot, but Alec's mind is elsewhere, and he swiftly departs, leaving Veronica frustrated. Meanwhile, Madison and Lainey wait in a room for Alec's arrival. Lainey switches on the TV, and they both bear witness to a conversation between Veronica and DeMarco. DeMarco confronts Veronica, accusing her of causing a grievous problem that has resulted in the painful breakup of Alec and Madison. But Veronica, in turn, casts blame upon DeMarco, accusing him of meddling in affairs that do not concern him. She reminds him that he had only been asked to deliver the package and leave the key in her room. She stands tall, exuding an air of superiority. DeMarco refuses to back down, his resolve unshaken, insisting that Veronica's actions were intentional, despite Alec's engagement, But Veronica remains unswayed, declaring that she doesn't care for Alec's betrothal, causing DeMarco to question if has been nothing more than a second option for her. Veronica approaches him with a dismissive air, stating that she has already made it clear she does not harbor any affection for him. Unbeknownst to them, the entire staff has borne witness to their exchange, the microphone inadvertently left on. In the waiting room, Madison, Lainey, with Alec standing at the door, observing the scene in dismay. Madison confides in Lainey that she had suspected Veronica's interest in Alec, and had warned him, but he had ultimately chosen Veronica over her. Alec denies this, claiming nothing untoward had happened, but Madison interrupts him, her hand outstretched, returning the engagement ring, unable to trust a man who has deceived her. And Alec is left alone, his heart heavy with sorrow, as Madison and Lainey depart. Later, at home, Madison and Lainey return, and Chloe introduces Althea to Madison, revealing that Althea had captured the entire scene of Alec and his boss, showing how Veronica had tried to kiss Alec, but he had pushed her away and rebuffed her. Grateful, Madison thanks Althea before she swiftly leaves, her heart swelling with gratitude for the truth finally revealed. In the next scene, Veronica is seen packing her belongings when Madison enters, confronting her with reproach. Madison questions why such a renowned and beautiful woman like Veronica would need to pursue a man who is already committed. Madison reveals that she had overheard Veronica's conversation with DeMarco, including the part where she had declared her indifference to Alec's engagement. Veronica initially denies Madison's accusation, but the weight of the evidence against her is too heavy to bear. With tears brimming in her eyes, she admits that throughout her illustrious career, powerful men had always sought pleasure in her company, and she had struggled to find genuine love. She confesses that she wanted to do the same to Alec, but had eventually failed. Veronica expresses her well wishes for Madison and Alec, and in return, Madison wishes for Veronica to find someone who will see beyond her reputation and value her for who she truly is. With those words, Madison departs, leaving Veronica to reflect on her actions. Finally, Madison seeks out Alec, apologizes for her lack of trust, her voice tinged with remorse. She confesses that since he had come into her life, everything had become brighter and happier, and she cannot imagine a future without him by her side. Alec, moved by Madison's sincerity, takes her into his arms, and they share a long-awaited and heartfelt kiss, their love rekindled amidst the challenges they have faced. In the next scene, we behold Alec and Madison, enwrapped in each other's embrace on the bed. Alec, with a fervent gaze, pours out his heart to Madison, as he confesses his deepest emotions, bearing his soul to her without reservation. Madison, with a gleam in her eye, graces him with a smile and reveals that she possesses something far greater. Alec listens intently, prompting him to inquire with curiosity about her thoughts. The final scene unfolds with Alec and Madison, hand in hand, making their entrance to the house, greeted by Chloe, Jackie, and their father Jake, along with Lainey and Alec's closest friends. Madison is resplendent in a simple yet exquisite wedding gown, and she announces, amid cheers and congratulations from all presents, their union and matrimony. Although her children reproach her for not informing them beforehand, Madison explains that she and Alec have endured trials and tribulations and were eager to seize the moment. Even Jake, her former husband, while nursing his own heartache, extends his well wishes, expressing congratulations and bestowing blessings upon Madison and Alec's union. The air is filled with a palpable aura of love and affection, as laughter and revelry abound, celebrating the power of love. The movie concludes with an indelible image of Madison and Alec, their lips meeting in a tender kiss, leaving the audience with the profound belief that truth will always carve its path, and love will endure, unwavering in its strength.